Hey everyone, welcome back to our second video of Just Another Foster's treat toy review. As you can see, it is really gloomy and wet here today. Nobody wants to be outside in the rain, especially Foster, who is allergic to puddles. Today we're going to work on a homemade activity using some supplies I have around the house, and the goal is to make him a fun activity that's going to keep him busy for about 30 to 45 minutes. So he has something to do to tire himself out because he does not want to be outside in this rain today. Today we're going to try out a homemade enrichment activity using a Holee roller toy. This is made by JW, and simply using an old fleece blanket. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut a strip off this, and I want it to be about 1.5 width of the ball, so that there's lots of room to crumple it up. So just bear with me there for a moment. So now we have our strips ready to be cut for the inside of the ball. They're going to be about 1.5 inches wide, and I'm going to see how many I can get out of one length of fleece. So let's give it a go and see how this works. So now we have a nice little pile of strips here. I don't know if it's going to be enough to fill the ball, but we're going to give it a try and see how much we need. I've also cut up 2 squares of the same fabric, and what I'm going to do is put it inside the ball on one side as a base layer so I can start stuffing things in easily without them falling out. So let's get some treats and fill these up and give it a try. So all I'm going to use for this are some simple heart-shaped biscuit treats. I'm going to break them up into pieces to make it simple. Any treat would do. If you don't want to wash your fleece every day, I would probably use some treats that do not leave moisture on the fabric. Otherwise, you're going to have to wash it every day. So what I'm going to do is just take one of these, and I'm going to put a treat right in the bottom and roll it up into a little ball, leaving a little bit on the end for pulling. So I'm going to do that for each of these fleeces, and we'll speed it up just a little bit to make it easier for you. Okay, so now I have my fleece wrapped treats and I have my ball. So I'm going to take one of these square pieces and I'm going to try to find a way to stuff it inside here. It's going to take a little bit of work because these holes are not the biggest, although my Holee roller has a little break in it, which might make it a little simpler. So essentially, it's going to look something like this to collect the treats to start. And then I'm going to start taking these and I'm going to put them in the different holes. So I'm going to stuff a few in the middle to make it hard to get them out. And then I'm going to start putting them in the different holes with just a little bit of fleece sticking out for pullability to make some of them a little bit easier. So we'll stuff them in. So now we've got them all stuffed in there. I think I used the right amount of fleece actually. That was just really good luck. And what I'm doing now is just pulling little bits of fleece out. I don't want to make it easy per se, but I want to make sure that there's motivation to start using the toy. So as you can see, we've got a Holee roller stuffed with fleece covered treats. And the idea behind this is Foster is going to have to pull each of these pieces of fleece out and then unroll them to get the treat. So we're going to give it a test run and see how it goes. So Foster's just starting to finish up now. He's got a few treats left inside. As you can see, he's got some fleece all over the place. In total, this took about 15-16 minutes, so not quite as long as I'd like, but he certainly had a blast doing it. I think next time I would make some of them a little harder by maybe tying them in knots or tying them right to the ball itself so that it will be a little harder to get the treats out. But all in all, for a first activity, super easy to prepare. Now that I've got the fleece cut up, it's going to be no trouble at all setting it up for the next time, and easily the kind of activity you can make it easier or harder as necessary. So once again, for this activity, 2 paws up. Foster really enjoyed it. Great rainy day activity. Bye-bye for now.